Why personality is your greatest power. An inspiring personality isn't about how you look, what you wear, or how much money you make. It's about how you make others feel. It's about the energy you carry, the kindness you show, and the courage with which you live your life. Muniba Mazari's life is proof that even after losing almost everything, mobility, dreams, and comfort, you can still rise, and your personality can become your greatest legacy. This video explores the principles, mindset, and habits that helped her become a global icon, and how you can apply them to build a personality that touches hearts and inspires change. Self-acceptance, the foundation of true beauty. Accepting your flaws, past, and scars is the first step to becoming truly confident. Muniba Mazari struggled with her physical scars after her accident. But instead of hiding them, she chose to own them and speak openly. She redefined beauty, not as perfection, but as peace within yourself. If you don't accept yourself, the world will never accept you either. Start your journey by standing in front of a mirror, not to criticize, but to celebrate your uniqueness. Resilience, becoming unshakable in pain. Resilience is your mental muscle. You build it when life gets heavy. Muniba's spinal cord injury changed her entire life, but she didn't let it break her spirit. She cried, she broke, and then she rebuilt herself, slowly, intentionally. Resilience isn't pretending everything is okay, it's saying, I'll rise even if I fall 1,000 times. This strength inspires others, because everyone is fighting something quietly. Empathy, the heart of connection. A truly inspiring personality always makes space for others' emotions. Empathy is feeling with people, not just for them. Muniba didn't just share her story, she became a voice for others who couldn't speak. You become magnetic when you stop judging and start understanding. People may forget your words, but they'll never forget how safe you made them feel. Authenticity, be real, be you. Pretending to be someone you're not is exhausting and uninspiring. Muniba chose to show up in her wheelchair, scars visible, voice trembling, and people connected with her truth. Realness is rare in a world of masks. The more raw and honest you are, the more powerful your message becomes. Inspire by being relatable, not perfect. Vulnerability is your greatest strength, not a weakness. Speak and stand alone. Courage is the decision to act even when you're scared. Muniba's first public speech was terrifying, but she did it anyway. Courage doesn't mean fear is absent. It means fear didn't win. An inspiring personality is one that's willing to speak uncomfortable truths, take bold steps, and walk alone if necessary. Real leaders stand tall even when their legs shake, the hidden force behind greatness. Motivation fades, discipline stays. Muniba didn't rely on emotion to do the work. She built habits, routines, and commitments. Even when her body couldn't move freely, her mind became sharper through reading, planning, and vision. Discipline gives your life structure, and structure gives birth to freedom. Every inspiring person lives with deliberate consistency. Gratitude, attracting blessings. Gratitude turns what you have into more than enough. Even during the darkest times, Muniba found reasons to be grateful, for life, for breath, for her voice. Gratitude softens your energy and radiates peace. It makes your presence healing. Keep a daily gratitude journal. Thank people. Celebrate little victories. A thankful heart always shines brighter than a complaining one. Muniba Mazari's 3 life-changing turning points. The accident, when her life broke apart, she discovered her inner strength. Public speaking, her voice became her wings. UN ambassador role, she used her story to change lives globally. Each turning point was painful, but each one turned her into the woman she was meant to be. Your setbacks may be your setup for greatness. Your pain is your power, if you let it be. Pain is not just something to survive, it's something to learn from. Muniba transformed her emotional and physical pain into a global message of hope. You don't have to wait until you heal to help others. Your wounds can inspire someone else's healing. Use your voice, your story, your lessons. They are your greatest tools. Confidence without arrogance. Confidence is silent. Arrogance is loud. Inspiring people have quiet confidence. They don't need to prove anything. Muniba sits in silence often, but when she speaks, her words carry weight. To build confidence through preparation, purpose, and presence. Let your work speak louder than your words. Positive energy, the invisible aura. Some people light up a room without saying a word. That's energy. Muniba became a light in people's darkness, not by magic, but by mindset. Positive energy comes from clean thoughts, a kind heart, and inner peace. Surround yourself with positive influences, content, and environments. Protect your vibe. It's the first thing people feel about you. Meaningful relationships, not just social circles. You become like the people you spend time with. Muniba's relationship with her mother, son, and friends kept her grounded. Drop toxic relationships with courage. Build circles where people grow together, not compete. Inspire people in your circle by showing up, listening, and loving deeply. Spiritual strength and inner peace. Faith can give you power when logic fails. Muniba's strength often came from her belief in a higher purpose. Whether it's prayer, meditation, or mindfulness, you need spiritual grounding. Inner Peace is what gives your personality calm confidence. People feel drawn to those who radiate balance, trust, and calm. Daily habits of inspiring people: wake up early, read inspiring content, speak kindly, reflect in silence, create more than you consume every day, build the person you want to become. Small habits, done daily, shape your energy and influence. Vision. Bigger than yourself. Muniba isn't just living for herself, she lives to inspire the broken, the voiceless, the afraid. You inspire others when your life has a mission bigger than survival. Ask yourself, what am I here to give? Your personality becomes powerful when it aligns with a cause. Your legacy. Make them remember you. Your legacy is how people feel after interacting with you. Inspiring personalities leave behind hope, healing, and courage. Muniba's legacy isn't just her speeches, it's the heart she touched. Focus not on being famous, but being remembered with love. Ask yourself, what will people say about me when I'm not in the room? Be the light you're looking for. You already have everything you need to become someone who inspires. Start by being honest, grateful, loving, and strong. Muniba's journey shows us you can rise, rebuild, and radiate hope, even from a wheelchair. You don't need a stage, you just need a purpose. Be the reason someone believes in life again. There comes a time in everyone's life when they wonder, what makes someone truly inspiring? Is it their beauty? Their wealth? Their intelligence? Or is it something far more meaningful, something deeper than what eyes can see? The truth is, your personality, your energy, your heart, your strength, is your greatest power. It's not just what you say that moves people. It's how you live, how you treat others, how you rise after falling, and how you make people feel in your presence. Muniba Mazari didn't choose to be a motivational speaker. Life chose her. At the age of 21, she met with a devastating car accident that left her paralyzed from the waist down. Her dreams were shattered, her body broken, and her future uncertain. But what life tried to take from her, she turned into a gift for the world. She didn't rebuild her old life, she reinvented herself entirely. Today, she's not just a survivor. She's a symbol of hope, resilience, and true beauty. This video isn't just about Muniba's story. It's about you. It's about how you can build a personality that uplifts others, even when you're struggling yourself. It's about how you can inspire people without needing a stage, a spotlight, or even a single word. Because when your presence is powerful, your silence speaks. In the next few hours, we will dive deep into the core elements of an inspiring personality, lessons from Muniba's life, real-world wisdom, emotional truths, and practical steps. Whether you're broken, healing, or simply searching for meaning, this journey will show you one thing: you already have everything inside you to become unforgettable. Self-acceptance, the foundation of true beauty. What if the greatest battle you'll ever fight is not with the world, but with your own reflection? Every inspiring personality begins with one act of courage: self-acceptance. In a world that profits from your self-doubt, loving yourself becomes a rebellious act. And yet, it is the first and most important step to becoming someone others admire. Muniba Mazari didn't wake up one day and feel confident in her skin. After her accident, she had to confront a new body, a new reality, a new identity. Scars covered her face, her legs didn't move, and her dreams of becoming an artist seemed far away. But instead of hiding in shame, she looked at herself in the mirror and whispered, "This is me, and I'm still worthy." That moment of self-acceptance didn't erase her pain, but it transformed it into power. You cannot inspire others while constantly battling your own worth. You must first become your own friend. You must look into the mirror, not to criticize, but to connect. Every scar, every failure, every flaw is part of your story. And stories are what move people. People aren't inspired by perfection. They're inspired by those who are brave enough to show up as they are. Start today. Stop waiting to be perfect. Embrace the messy parts of yourself. Speak kindly to the person in the mirror. Wear your story like armor, not shame. Because the day you accept yourself fully is the day you start becoming someone truly magnetic. When Muniba speaks, it's not just her words that inspire. It's her presence, her peace with herself. That calm confidence is born from deep self-love. And you can feel it. So ask yourself, what part of yourself are you still hiding from the world? And what would happen if you started loving it instead? Resilience, becoming unshakable in pain. True resilience doesn't come from never breaking, it comes from breaking and choosing to rise anyway. Life will knock you down. People will leave. Dreams will collapse. Your body may betray you. But what makes you inspirational isn't how many times you fall, it's how many times you get back up, stronger, wiser, softer. Muniba Mazari spent more than 2 years confined to a hospital bed after her accident. Imagine lying there, unable to move, unable to walk, wondering if life will ever look the same again. She went through depression, self-hate, and hopelessness. She cried. She screamed. But one day, she stopped asking, "Why me?" and started asking, "What now?" That single shift changed everything. She chose resilience. Not because it was easy, but because it was necessary. She learned to paint with fractured hands. She trained her voice to speak when her spirit was tired. She sat in a wheelchair and still chose to stand tall in her truth. That is real strength. Resilience isn't about having all the answers. It's about showing up anyway. It's waking up broken and still choosing to breathe. It's feeling the weight of grief, but still finding a reason to smile. And when people witness that in you, they can't help but feel moved. Here's the truth: everyone you meet is fighting a battle. What they need is not someone perfect. They need someone resilient. Someone who shows that life doesn't end with pain, it transforms through it. That's who you can become. Build your resilience like a muscle. When things go wrong, don't numb yourself, face it. Cry if you must. Then clean your face and rise again. Because every time you rise, you become a lighthouse for someone still lost in the storm. Empathy, the heart of connection. Empathy is not a soft trait. It's not weakness. It's a superpower. It's the ability to sit with someone's pain and say, I may not have your answers, but I see you. I feel you. And I'm not leaving. That kind of connection is unforgettable. That kind of personality is inspiring. Muniba Mazari didn't just survive her own pain, she used it to understand the pain of others. Whether she's speaking to a crowd of thousands or comforting a single child, her greatest gift is her empathy. She doesn't speak at people. She speaks with them. She sees herself in others, and allows them to see themselves in her story. People are starving to be understood. In a noisy world filled with competition and comparison, just being present with someone's truth is a radical act of love. When you become a person who listens deeply, holds space, and responds without judgment, your personality becomes healing. Empathy teaches you to slow down, to look into people's eyes, to hear what they're not saying, to speak gently to wounds that are still bleeding. That's not something you can fake. It comes from your own pain, your own healing, your own journey. To cultivate empathy, you must first become curious, not about people's success, but about their struggles. Ask questions. Listen more than you speak. Honor people's experiences, even if they're different from yours, and when someone is hurting, don't rush to fix them. Just sit beside them. Hold their story with care. That's what Muniba does. That's what inspiring people do. Because in the end, people don't remember your achievements. They remember how safe they felt in your presence. Empathy doesn't just connect you to others, it transforms you. It softens your voice, deepens your wisdom, and adds a glow to your personality that no makeup, no filter, no designer outfit could ever replicate. Authenticity, be real, be you in a world full of filters, fake smiles, and carefully crafted personas. Authenticity is rare and powerful. The most inspiring people don't try to be perfect. They try to be real. And that realness is what draws others to them. It's what makes their presence unforgettable. Because when you're authentic, people feel safe to be themselves around you. Muniba Mazari didn't hide behind a polished image. She embraced her flaws, her pain, her wheelchair, her story. She didn't try to fit into society's expectations, she created her own space. She showed the world that you don't need to hide your broken pieces. In fact, those cracks are where the light enters. Authenticity means showing up as you are, not as you think others want you to be. It means having the courage to say, this is my truth, even when your voice trembles. It means owning your past, your scars, and your journey, without shame. People are tired of perfection. They don't want someone who looks flawless, they want someone who's genuine, someone who feels like home. That's what you become when you stop pretending and start living from the inside out. To become authentic, stop comparing your life to others. Stop performing. Start feeling. Start expressing. Be the kind of person who speaks with sincerity, who listens with the heart, who lives with intention. Authenticity is magnetic. You don't need to chase people when you're honest about who you are, you attract the right ones naturally. Your honesty becomes your identity. Your vulnerability becomes your strength, and when people see that you're not hiding, they begin to wonder if maybe they don't have to hide either. That's how one real soul inspires 1,000 others. Just like Muniba did. Courage, speak and stand alone. Courage isn't always about grand acts. Sometimes, it's about standing up for yourself when no one else does. Sometimes, it's about raising your voice when silence is safer. And sometimes, it's about simply getting out of bed when your heart is heavy and your body is tired. Muniba Mazari is the embodiment of quiet courage. Her first speech wasn't loud. Her confidence wasn't rehearsed. But it was real. When she sat on that stage, paralyzed from the waist down, and told the world her story, it wasn't perfection that moved people, it was the bravery behind her words. Courage means choosing your truth even when it's unpopular. It means staying kind in a cruel world. It means walking away from what hurts, even if it's familiar. And most importantly, it means believing in yourself when no one else does. There will be times in life when you will have to stand alone. People might misunderstand you. They might laugh. They might doubt you. Let them. Your path is not for their approval, it's for your evolution. Speak your truth, even if your voice shakes. Create your path, even if you walk it alone. Because every time you act with courage, you grow a little stronger. Every time you show up despite fear, you become a little more powerful. And soon, you become a living example of what courage really looks like. You don't need to roar to be brave. Sometimes the most courageous thing you can do is whisper, "I will not give up." And meanit.so today, ask yourself, what would I do if I wasn't afraid? What would I say if I stopped worrying about judgment? Who could I become if I started? Choosing courage over comfort, because the moment you choose courage is the moment you start becoming truly unstoppable and deeply inspiring.